What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're gonna be installing some Auxbeam lights on the old Can-Am X3. This is my 2022 Can-Am XRC Turbo RR. I know it's focusing on my finger and not on the machine, but yeah, there she is. So as I mentioned in the title and just a second ago, Auxbeam actually sent us out some more products to test out, do a review on. If you guys are new to the channel, I have the Auxbeam 50-inch curved light bar on here. I have the Auxbeam rock lights and the Auxbeam whips, which this thing's super dusty from the last ride. Haven't had a chance to get it cleaned up yet. And I apologize about the lighting. I have lights here in the box finally, but we haven't got them installed. I either got to find a taller ladder, some scaffolding, or rent a scissor lift because this is 14-foot sidewall. So up at the top is like 16, 18 foot. And I don't have a ladder that tall. Anyhow, Auxbeam reached out, asked me to do another video and a quick review on a new product that they're offering. These are their new lights. I already got one box opened. This box is another set of them. And then the instructions, I'm guessing I haven't even looked at them, and an Auxbeam sticker in there. It comes with these lights here, which let's see if you can focus. Some of the LEDs are a little more amber than the other ones. So these lights run a amber light, a white light, or you can run them both at the same time, and there's a couple different settings. There's a switch built right into the wiring harness to change the different modes, which I will pull all this stuff out here in a second, just kind of cycle through everything. So these lights, I mean, they're fairly decent in size, and these things are like, they're heavy duty. This is a metal bracket on the back. But yeah, these things are pretty beefy. You get two of them in one box, and then the old wiring harness. Let me take this out real quick. And then as you can see, you got an on and an off, and then a mode to cycle through the different modes. So here's both of the lights. To mount these, I just have some Amazon roll bar bracket mount deals here that I'm gonna be installing these with. I need to take the brackets out, but my plan is, like, so here's the front of the X3. My plan is either to have one on each side here, but we gotta see how the brackets are gonna mount, or maybe up top on each side. So what I'm gonna do real quick is open up the brackets because I haven't really pulled them out of the box and actually looked at them yet. So really, I don't even know if they're gonna work, but hopefully they work, fingers crossed. I'm gonna pull them out, kind of put them on the bar on the front and kind of see where I want the lights to sit.
Hey, so we're in Jake's shop working on Jake's Can-Am. He had to go for a second. He entrusted me and Chris with getting the job done. So currently, we're installing these lights he got from Auxbeam. Pretty decent setup. He's trying to figure out different places to put them, but that's where they ended up. So Chris is over here getting ready to install some wiring. You want to explain to them what you're doing and show them?
Yeah, so we're gonna tie these pod lights into the high beams. So right now we're just taking this clip off the top of the plug so that we can access the high beam wire, pull it out, and then add the wire to the pod lights in with the high beam.
It should be pretty simple. We'll figure it out along the way. If there's any hiccups or if it's as easy as we think, we'll let you know either way.
All right, as you guys just seen that last clip, Nate and Chris were going over showing us how to tie into the high beam. We kind of figured instead of running this whole harness, and I'm only gonna run them when I need bright lights anyhow, this was gonna be the easiest route to do it. You can just tie that into a normal rocker switch if you want. We're gonna tie it into the high beams. These mounts that I got, I forgot to mention, got these off Amazon. Link for these will be down below in the description, as well as the link to the actual pod lights themselves. These, I mean, they're all billet. and you can back this bolt out here and kind of adjust it wherever you want. My original plan was to have the light kind of mounted off to the side here, but with this bracket, I couldn't do that. But yeah, so they're gonna go up top now. I'll show you what they look like once both of them are on. But yeah, link to these will be down below in the description. All right, so it is the next day. Went to go wire everything up. Last clip, I think you guys seen, we're gonna tie into the high beams on the headlights, so I could just hit the headlight switch instead of having to tear everything apart and run the wires up, because I already got my other slots on my switch panel kind of dedicated to some certain things that I'm gonna be putting in the future, so I didn't want to use them up. So we just tied into the high beams for the pod lights. We went to go wire that in and realized I was completely out of butt connectors, so I didn't want to just put electrical tape on everything. So today I ran to town, got some butt connectors, and then I put the butt connectors on there, put shrink wrap, and then electrical tape over it. And then I went ahead and ran the button for the different modes and stuff. It comes up through here, runs along the windshield. I popped all this stuff off. You can see the wire here where it kind of tucks through. And then, oh, it's kind of dark in here. I actually put the switch right here. I didn't peel the adhesive off yet and stick it down. Just because there's so much dust on here. I'm gonna wait till I wash it, and then it'll pretty much sit just like that. That way I don't have to worry about anyone hitting the buttons when I don't want them to, because it's gonna be all tucked below underneath the glove box. You can see the wires, they kind of run down each side of the front bumper there. You can't really tell from the front, which this one I got tucked back in a little bit, it looks like, but everything's kind of tucked back in there. These mounts are pretty solid. They're right on the end, but I don't think they're going anywhere. And then when they're on, I mean, it's so bright it hides everything, you can't even tell. But and then the wires kind of run down, and then we tie it into this high beam on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some B-roll shots of the lights and everything, which you guys already seen, because I'm gonna throw it at the beginning of the video. But what I will do real quick before we end this off is I'm gonna go through and switch all the settings. You do have your normal white LED on top, your yellow LED on the bottom. You can run them both at the same time, and then you can run them both separately, obviously. And then you got a white strobe, a yellow strobe, and then you have a strobe of white, and then it switches to yellow and then back to white, so it kind of flashes all over the place. And if you want these to kind of flash not in sync and you want them to flash separately, to be very noticeable, I guess, all you would have to do, unplug one of the quick disconnects for the lights and switch one setting to something else, and then they'll be off. They won't be in sync together. And then if you want to put it back, literally just do the same thing, whatever one you left on. Unplug the disconnect again, and then switch it back to the last setting that the one that you unplugged was, and then they'll be sunk up again. So if you want it flashing like cops or DNR or whatever, where it's like two different cycles, like back and forth, you can definitely do that. And the reason I found that out is because once we had one wired up, I was playing with it, going through all the different settings, and then when I plugged the other one in, they weren't in sync. So then all I did was left one on a certain spot. I think I just left it on yellow because I could remember that. Switched through the other one to yellow, plugged it back in, they're both in sync again. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna set the camera down. I'm gonna go inside and hit the mode button. As you guys seen on the little controller, you have an on and off, and then you have your different modes. I did notice when you have it on, if you leave it on, flip the switch to disconnect the power to it. So pretty much for me is when I turn my high beams off and you leave the button on, once you flip the switch back on, they will kick back on again. So that's why I tucked it underneath the glove box. I don't have to open that up every time to turn it on. They're just kind of like remember that they were on the last time I ran them. All right, so this is with the high beams on, the new Auxbeam pod lights, the Auxbeam 50-inch light bar, and then, I mean, in the back, I got the whips on, and then the chase light as well. But this thing is lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, I mean, she's bright up in here right now. Like, you can see pretty much whatever you need to see. You're not gonna miss this thing coming at you on the trails. My face is probably super bright because I'm standing in front of the machine right now. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate it if you smash that like button. It literally costs you nothing, and it really helps out the channel. If you guys enjoy side-by-side content, make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell so you do not miss notifications for future uploads. Until next time, guys, I'm out.